How's it going, friends? Reckless Yuki here. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Welcome to my long-awaited video where I'm gonna let you guys know, out of all the mouse pads I currently own, which is the best for competitive first-person shooters. And about 4 months ago, I purchased a lot of mouse pads based on what the top CSGO players use, as well as use some that I already own for this test. And for the last 4 months, I've been swapping out mice and swapping out mouse pads, trying to see what I liked the best and what combination I felt was the best for the first-person shooters that I enjoyed playing. And when I was kind of doing this, I was also trying to determine how exactly was I going to prove this to you guys on camera for YouTube, to basically make sure that I don't have a bunch of dislikes of people telling me that I'm an idiot. So I determined that there are 2 tests that I can do to show you guys some actual numbers to kind of show what I feel is the best out there. Now, the 2 categories that I tested for the mouse pads was speed and accuracy. In my opinion, I think a mouse pad needs to be very accurate for the sensor to register properly, as well as the speed of the mouse pad to ensure that when you're moving your mouse across the mouse pad, you're not really restricted that much. Now, some people out there think that they want more control over speed, but for like first-person shooters, I think speed is king when it comes to aiming on people. And if you're teamed up a fast mouse pad with a lightweight mouse, you don't really need to worry about control, because the lighter the mouse, the less inertia you have to control. Therefore, you can have the benefits of a really fast mouse pad. At least that is my thoughts and opinions. Yours could vary. Let me know in the comments below. But for me, that is what I'm based on the best, or that's what I'm basing on for the best mouse pad to use. So for the speed test, basically what I did was I used a very high-tech piece of board. I placed it against my door to about a 30-degree angle, and then I used a Logitech G602 with the batteries removed, which weighed 105.01 grams. And if you're wondering how I tested that, basically, I just used my scale right here. And this is how I figured out that this weighed exactly 105.01 grams. And I figured that was a good ballpark based on all of the mice that are out there. Some are lighter, some are heavier, but I figured that was a good number to test. And so what I did was, for each one, I recorded it at 60 frames per second, and I put the mouse at the same put the mouse at the same position on the board, and then I let it go. And I did this a few times to make sure I got good results. And I compared each one of the videos side by side to see which one was the fastest and which one basically reached the finish line first. And then that would be determining which is the fastest mouse pad. And here are the results. Now, the fastest one was the Corsair Gaming MM600, the rough side versus the smooth side. So basically, this mouse pad right here on this side was the fastest, the rough side. And I was really surprised, because I assumed that the smooth side was going to be the fastest, but in fact it went the rough side of this, then my Artisan Hayate, if that's how you pronounce it, this was the second fastest for being a cloth pad, and then back to my hard pad, the smooth side was the 3rd fastest. And then I got to thinking, like, why is that possible? How is this side faster than this side? And it makes sense, because the rough side has less points of contact with the bottom of the mouse feet. Therefore, there is less friction when gliding a mouse over the rough side than there is gliding the mouse over the smooth side. With the smooth side, there is more surface area for the mouse pads to contact. Therefore, there is more friction. Therefore, it is slower. So, I mean, that's something that I came to realize. And as I put this on the desk and I was like kind of feeling this around, the rough side definitely does feel faster. The rough side is not the control side, especially for this mouse pad. And, you know, that kind of surprised me a bit. And then the final test, as far as the accuracy, how I tested that was I used the Mionix caster. One of the benefits of having this mouse is you're able to use the program or the software suite from Mionix, and they have a surface analyzer tool that will tell you the surface quality of that tool for the sensor, and it'll tell you how accurate the sensor is with that surface quality. And here are the results with that test. I tested it 3 times with this tool, and basically all you do is you just like go in the program, you hit OK, and then you move the mouse around for the entire surface of the mouse pad, just so it gets an accurate number. And I tested it 3 times to ensure that there wasn't going to be any sort of hiccups or any like fallacies in this test, to try to make it as accurate as possible. And this test was like, you know, the Corsair MM600, the rough side, was 100% accurate, whereas the smooth side was only 80% accurate. So as far as the best gaming mouse pad for competitive play, if you don't care about your mouse feet, is basically a hard plastic with the rough surface. And that's something that Logitech also verified, is that they determined that the most accurate surface for a mouse to use is a rough black surface, a rough hard black surface. And one thing I don't really like about using a hard mouse pad is over a period of time, if you use that, it will eat away at your mouse feet. And that's something that I don't really like. I like preserving the mouse feet, so I usually prefer to use a cloth pad. Now, if you don't really care about that, you just basically burn through mice like nothing, and you like replacing the mouse feet, then that's something you could consider, where you will have 100% accuracy of this. It's the fastest mouse pad you could use, but it's going to tear up your mouse feet over a period of time. And the reason why I don't like to tear up the mouse feet is I figure that the developers of the mice have, you know, taken into consideration the size of the mouse feet. And if you're not able to buy official replacements of the mouse feet, and you try to buy something that's knockoff, then you're going to change the distance from the sensor and the surface, and then that will change the accuracy of the sensor itself. At least that's just my personal opinion. I haven't proved it, but that's just kind of my feeling. So I prefer using cloth mouse pads, and the best cloth mouse pad was my Artisan Hayate. This is a size large. This is the mid foam density, so it's a very hard foam, and you don't want to roll this up because you could crack this. You want to try to like keep it flat. And when they ship this to you, they definitely ship it into a flat hardboard container, and they definitely across it says "do not bend." And then that's how you receive this. And this, I think, is the best mouse pad because it's 90% accurate, which is better than all the other mouse pads with exception of the rough surface of this one. And it's also the second fastest with the exception of the rough surface. But because it's cloth, it's not going to tear up your mouse pad feet. So that is a benefit that I really value when it comes to a mouse pad. And this, my friends, is what I consider to be the best mouse pad for competitive first-person shooter gaming. So let me know what you think in the comments below, if you have any gripes or if you have any qualms, or you know, whatever you want to call it. This is basically how I tested it. This is how I determined what I felt is the best, and this is what I have been using for the last month with the best mouse that I determined was the best mouse for first-person shooter gaming. So I have no complaints. I'm very happy and satisfied with the combination I've been using. And so let me know what you guys think. Once again, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. I do greatly appreciate the support. And if you're interested to see any future videos, be sure to subscribe for future content. I am not done with this yet. Like, there are always going to be new mouse pads and new mice that are going to be coming out that are claiming to be the best. And I'm going to be here to basically see if that's true with my opinions and basically with my tests that I developed here on my channel. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.